But the good Trouton, okay. John Damman, Johann Heinrich, his wife was Meta Borstemann. Okay, her dad was Karsten Borstemann, a Kothner in the town of Molsum. That's their marriage certificate.
That's what these are, is marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
The Trouton is marriage. And that, how do you say that? Her dad's name was Karsten. So if...
Couldn't be him, though, because it's 1842.
No, that's, see, this is Meta Borstemann. I can't say what I mean. It's, Karsten Borstemann and Klaus Damman were first cousins. So this lady here is Klaus Dammann's mother.
So it would have been Karsten's aunt?
Be Carson's aunt. Right?
Yeah. And so Karsten's parents, one of them would have been her...
And it says Eldon of the bride. Her dad's name was Karsten. And now where did I get that?
So Karsten, the one that came over here, his grandfather would have been a Karsten too, right? Because if his aunt was this lady, then this lady's father is Karsten, and he must have also had a son or daughter, probably a son, and they had a kid who had Karsten. That would have made Meta Karsten's aunt, and his grandfather would have been Karsten also, right?
Could be.
Confusing.
But I'm trying to... I got them numbered too, and I can't get my bearings. It's been so long since I looked at these. It started out with, I went back to 1665. He married Ann Lemmerman. I'm trying to... That's his death certificate. That's where he died. I don't know how you'd even pronounce that. Okay, and then he had a son, yeah. His dad's name was Thomas, see.
Well, you got all this information from that church?
From that church. And so, I think if you would go, now you can go to the Grand Island Library.
Yeah, I pulled some stuff, but
You got his obituary?
yeah, I've got some stuff out of there.
Okay.
Now, which was it Klaus or, let me see, there was two Klauses that came over. One was Karsten's brother, right? He had a brother, Klaus and John, and then his cousin, Klaus Damman, came with him, right?
Klaus Damman came with, well, here it says here, he was born in Germany in 50. When he was 18. In 4 years he was located in Michigan, and with the late Carson Bossman came to Nebraska in 1872.
So I think what happened was Karsten, Klaus, and John came over, and they all went to Michigan, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what they did in Michigan, I don't know.
They cleared land.
Just saved up money so that they can...
They stayed 4 years. Your Uncle Charles told me one time, this one guy says, I'll give you this quarter section of land if you clean all the trees out. And they got to figuring as long as they would take to clean them out, there's going to be an old man, you know.
Yeah.
No power or nothing. And so they packed up and came here.
And well, what happened to Klaus and John? Klaus died somewhere.
Klaus Bossman?
Yeah.
And
Klaus, was Was he the one that died in the, died in a well? Was that in Nebraska or was that in Michigan?
That was here in Nebraska.
Okay.
You can ask Ronald Quant could help you on that one.
He must have died right when they first got here. Must have been digging a well or something.
He was digging a well and didn't come in for dinner, and she went out. And they kept digging and digging, it kept caving, so he left him there. And she remarried after a while. She married into some other. Ronald told me, and I can't, person should write it down.
Then John, he disappeared, right?
He disappeared, and they never did find him.
And he said they thought that his wife stuck him in a barrel. Shot him? Was he a
Well, my grandmother, Mrs. Alfred Damman, they sponsored her when she came from Germany. I was born right before the turn of the century. And she had to work for him several years, to pay that way over. And he had disappeared, and there was supposed to have been a big rain, and this barrel was floating down the Worms Slough. So he lived a half south and a half west of Worms. And I hear my grandma say it real well. Her cousin waited out going to get that barrel, and Mrs. Bossman said, Mushnik, no, stay away. So they left it be, and they thought, well, they'll sneak out after a while, They seen it got caught in the fence. They went out and it was gone.
Why would they think she still her husband?
I don't know, but they just kids' curiosity or whatever. What the deal was.
Well, why would the guy just up and disappear, though? You don't know. That was strange.
I don't know. I wish I could tell you more about the, let's see. That's Geburts, that means birth.
Getraten means marriage. And what does death means?
And I don't know how you would even begin to pronounce that. Buddha. But if you would, I can give you a piece of paper if you'd like to. I think it would be best if you could
The thing is, Charles kind of knew all this stuff, but he never would share it with anybody. So it all kind of went with him. I know he knew a lot, but then he just gave me a big box of stuff and said, here. And then I'm trying to go through, what the hell is all this stuff?
let's see, I'm trying to wonder what would be the best town. Let's go Molson.
So you're saying this church is still in place. Is it a big town or is it just a little village?
Very little village. And see now that Balsamon house is kind of picture there.
Is it a house that people live in or is it just like a...
Well, like that. See, they didn't know. Nobody was around that day.
This was 1828. Metabop. I know.
You should do, Charlie, is go to Germany, I told your Uncle Charles, we didn't have time.
You jump in the old car and drive down there, huh? Well, we planned on doing it sometime, but I kind of wanted to find out where everything was at before we went running down there. I don't know if we could converse with people down there live. I tried to get some German translated, and this lady says, well, I only speak speak, I only translate High German. I only speak Low German. I don't know what the different ones. I thought it was all the same. Apparently there's not.
Now that would be the Evangelical Lutheran Reformed, like the minister, Molson, Germany, put in 2 $1 bills, and then go to the post office and get those international reply coupons. Okay, and then what I would do, tell them who you are, or type it, you know, and tell them my great-granddad is Carson Bossman, born, give them the exact date, and you would like to know.
I don't know if I got the exact date, though.
What's that?
I don't know if I got the exact date, though.
Warm Cemetery.
Oh, yeah, because it would be on there.
Get the exact date and tell them this is my great-grandfather. I would like to know if he had parents or what his grandparents' name would be. Tell them any and all information would be appreciated. That's what I had done, and I got all kinds of stuff. Huh? I got kinds of stuff, and now I can't. At the time, I had it figured out, but
will they be able to read it English, though?
Oh yeah. You put $2 in there. I had this Birch.
Yeah, I've got a program in here on my computer that can track all this stuff, and we're trying to fill in each person you put in there, and you put all their whole history, and then eventually you get a key, and it shows you entirely how interrelated and stuff. You know, I got kind of a break here. I've only got
and then you probably that's your dad, now what's your kid's name?
Mine is Carson.
Carson. Yeah. Who's that right there? Charles Dwight John.
That's me.
Oh, okay.
I had a whole list of index names.
Oh, okay.
Here's all the list I've got. Right? I guess I do have one. October 21, 1945. I got him in there, and it was where they were born. They were born in Hanover.
Yeah.
Well, Hanover, that's the general area. Then you got their wife when they were born.
Pretty good luck with them. You know, they'll send it right back.
Right. And I've got Klaus in there. I don't have who he was married to.
You could tell him he had brothers.
Mary Gordon, you have a call on Park 123. Mary Gordon, dial Park 123, please.
Klaus. John.
Now you had a Michael on there.
I just listed that when you gave me the name.
Yeah, I might have been. I think I told you that once, but I sure might be wrong on that. Yeah. And I was digging this out the other night. And
I've got everyone. I've got it here. If I keep a file on this, if I get it all listed, it'll be easier to understand.
yeah, this is that's birth. Okay, see, and then he He married Meta Borsteman, and I wouldn't have his death certificate because he died when he got here to Nebraska. That's Klaus's dad. That's another generation up. He was only here a year or two and he died.
So
he's buried in
So Klaus, he moved over with his cousins and settled, and then he sent for his dad, and his dad died when he got here?
Mm-hmm. And seeing just like your grandpa Fred's book, it says in there they came on a train from Michigan to here. See, my grandpa always told me they came with a covered wagon.
They probably did, because the book isn't necessarily true.
Well, I mean, every person don't know, you know.
When I got it, what the book came from me for most of the information, and I didn't know a lot of it myself. I would assume if they spent 4 years working just to come here, that they didn't have a hell of a lot of money.
They never had none when they came here from Germany, and they had probably less when they...
Yeah.
No, they were poor people. Yeah. And 2 summers ago, I went to Minnesota. There's some Dammans that live there in Lake City, Minnesota. And I looked them up. And there was a Bernhard Damman came to visit there from Germany. And real interesting to talk to and everything, but I says, when you go back, would you kind of help me maybe take some pictures of things, and maybe if you could find out where he lived? Never heard a word from it. And people have told me that they think over there that if you come over there, you're after something. Inheritance, back inheritance or something. Gee, didn't they ever hear this statue?
It just kind of looks like it's kind of small. It's a Lutheran church, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And there's this house up to the side, there must be something going on in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I noticed you showed me some pictures, and I remember seeing some of the buildings. There was one with a hay roof on it. But I've got a picture over there that's way, way back. This church looks familiar, too.
Now, that's supposed to be the inside.
So I've got a picture of a church that, when it was back 100 years ago.
It isn't that one, is it? She getting rid of stuff.
This one here looks familiar, like I've seen that, lots of pictures of it on the walls over there. And see, I got boxes full of pictures and nobody knows what they are, or where they came from.
Now, that's that same church. And that could be that same house. Pretty sure.
Awful big house.
This is inside that church. I think that's the church there. This is my grandmother's house. That's in a different town. That's the same church at Molson. That's Molson Church.
This here is this church here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is Barkstedt. If you look on that map, see they all came from the same area. This is the Barkstedt Church. Yeah. That's the inside. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the Barkstedt Church.
Yeah, see, I got a picture over in a restaurant of this here. And I think this is, in fact, this is it, because it says this is the church where somebody was baptized in. I'm guessing it was Carson. But it's an old one. That's exactly the same. Or that what it looks like from the top there.
That's a match, you know.
Yeah. See one of the sign here was Jesus in a little park out there. It's more like a barn than a house.
Well, there was a combination. They lived in the all the same
Animals and everything?
One end was an animal and the other was the other. Yeah. It's a Barkstead church. I wish he'd have got a picture of them, you know, the outside a little better. That's Monson inside. It's Barkstead. He said there was so many trees around there, it was hard to get a good picture.
What is that thing there?
That's got a lot of names on that stuff.
There's a lot of diamonds on there.
Every 5 years they do this. The Dalmans have a deal like that. It's like some do.
Well, I've always heard we've got relatives over there, but nobody knows who they are or anything about them.
Or the name, or...
Yeah.
And I've had so many people tell me, you can go over there and you can find people with the same name, and they clam up. And I was told by a genealogist, went to Carney one night, and they said, well, when somebody dies there, they split the pie evenly. And that dies, that's why the farms over there are only a few acres, you know. They just keep constructing them. And they think somebody's coming back and going to claim something.
Why would have been to Americans?
I don't think our family, I don't think anything. That's why they came over here.
Where is this in old East Germany or West Germany?
That's west.
Any other interesting stuff I should put in their file? I thought it was interesting about maybe the guy was a wife off him or something. I guess you never know. I thought maybe I'd get some information like from Worms Church, but they didn't really have much. I mean, you got more just going through the cemetery than anything. I suppose what they got over here was kind of boring. All they did was basically work, and there were no Indians around, so I mean, there were, but I don't think they had much to worry from that.
Now, is there anything here you'd be interested in? Or?
I might want some copies of this. Got a picture of the house.
I'm not sure. Here. Yeah? I'll do it in a little bit. I'll keep you.
Oh, that's all right. I'm not moving. What's this doing? A family.
That's something about the diamonds and that I can't read.
That's the problem. And nobody around here really speaks German.
My dad can speak it, but he can't read it, you know. He can speak low and high real good, but he can't.
What's the difference between low and high? Two different languages?
A Canadian going to Texas.
Oh, well, it's not that much.
French accent and southern drawl. Maybe a little.
If there's anything in here, maybe I should take a copy. I got that.
I bet you like that.
Got that.
Charles.
Yeah, I think it looked to me like what I had was photocopies. I think what I got was
See, there's that.
Michael. What casting? I wonder if they misspelled it.
That could be. Jane Fowl, that's his wife. Okay, now that's a birth certificate, is what what that is. No, wait a minute. Name stand of people that stood up for him. Now, there's a cross.
Is that a marriage?
I believe it is. Well, see, look here. See, there's a crossboard.
Yeah.
See, that's the people that stood up for him.
It probably came from the church, and it's got to be either a birth certificate or a death certificate or a baptism. Could be baptism.
I got these back in 1975.
Yeah. 72.
That's Thompson County.
The Frau
Marie, his wife.
Probably is a marriage.
It could be. I'm pretty sure it would be. Yeah, that's marriage. Carson Bossman, elder of the bridegroom is Michael. There, that's where it comes from. The year 1801, page 655 from the Evangelical Lutheran, St. Peter's Evangelical Lutheran Church, Malsen, Germany. So that would be the right address.
What's this one here?
Mm-hmm. See, that's the address in the Lutheran.
What does it mean? DAS? Evangelical Lutheran?
The Evangelical Lutheran minister.
How do you spell it? P-F?
A font.
P-F-I-R-M-M-T?
Mm-hmm. P-F-A-R. I was thinking, yeah, this is marriage. Mm-hmm. That's marriage. Mm-hmm. That's marriage. See that? Michael Boston. Find out who he is. That's 100 years before your great granddad, too.
Yeah.
The great. Carson is your great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my son Karsten would be his great. Kind of strange. I've never heard that word ever, that name before. I've never heard it nowadays. We named that, and one person at one time told me, says, yeah, I knew a guy one time. Other than that, I've never heard anyone name that before. And when I look through here, there's so many of them. It's like, almost sounds like a common name.
Okay, that's my great-great-grandmother there.
Is that a marriage? Who she married? Is that just for her personal? She's married.
That can help him.
I gotta find somebody who speaks German right here. I'd given it one time to the German teacher at the high school after figured it all up for me, and I gave her a bunch of gift certificates to do it, and then she spent the gift certificates and never did it. Well, I still either make a photocopy of them.
I think a lot of that stuff will you'll get back. Yeah. See, like in our family, I was always told, well, Klaus Damman and Carson Boston came there from Germany together. Well, I've heard different stories too. Klaus Damman had 3 brothers, and he had a brother named Carsten. And that's why I went up to here. This was Art Damman, that's Carsten Damman's grandson. I visit them folks last summer.
Well, I know Karsten Boston came over and he bought the farm in 1872.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know when Klaus Damman came.
Same time.
Same time.
Mm-hmm.
I would guess they probably all came in a big deal together. One of them came up and got established, and the rest came
Yeah, and then
out.
I heard once in the parent, he came with his parents. And I heard one time his brother came a year before he did. And, I don't know, it's interesting to me, but it's hard to...
I always hope I'd go through one of Charles's stuff he gave me, and I'd find like a journal or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the whole thing, but I
suppose you can get couldn't a guy get a book somehow to... There, do you want a copy of that?
Yeah, I'm going to put it there.
Okay. Couldn't a guy get a book somehow to translate German into English?
Probably could, but as you can find somebody who can read it, you have to